representing the sports.
I hope it's not Owszem. Jest i popi. Okej, Gerdo.
The
Sabe? Devo rogar. Devo rogar. No, no, siya. Magandang You might as well just go to Twinan. I can't contact someone.
Right, so before we get things underway, I'm just going to welcome, just to shake the hands of our winners today, Nigel Ward, the Executive Vice President of Manufacturing and Manufacturing Support at Toyota South Africa, our official vehicle support. So Nigel, you just come forward, and always nice to, as tradition, congratulate our winners.
Usually do you have a table? Well done.
Official time 5 hours 51 minutes, and the average of the Comrades down, which is amazing. So just tell us how your feelings at the moment.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Today was yet another wonderful experience out on the roads at the Comrades Marathon. To see this race going from strength to strength and to be a part of it, for not regardless of the win, is such an honor for me, and really, really special. I think I've spoken it means to me, but today it was just cemented in once again. The race went well. I set out at not too blistering pace, a little bit more of a conservative approach. I really wanted to run the race correctly, to try and run my optimum race here today. And yeah, it worked out well. It was comfortable for most of the way. There were a little bit of a moment where I realized that Alexandra was closing the gap on me quite significantly in the latter stages of the race, in the really last stages of the race, which really made me stay on my toes and make sure that I am 100% focused and getting the most out of myself. So to have had that competition, I think, is also good for not just for me in terms of the performance, but also for the race, because we did see quite a tight time in the end, with only, I don't know exactly, but about 3 minutes gap between us. But it came to no surprise to me. Alexandra has proved herself so many times on the Comrades, and I'm really, really proud of her, both her and Shalmers, here how they ran today. I think we can also expect more really, really fast times in the years to come. The Comrades Marathon almost deserves it, because it's such a prestigious race. It will attract even more talent in the years to come, I have no doubt. So for me personally, it definitely is a way for me also to make sure that I'm always in my very best shape when I line up for this race.
So did you, I mean, when you went into the race, did you have a time goal in mind, and you clicking off those time goals all the way along? And were you in time with what you aim to do?
I had a sort of a time goal in mind, not a very strict time as in to the minute, but of course I knew the pace record of from 2023 would equate to about a 5 hours 55 finish time. So I really wanted to get under that time, but in the first half of the race I just wanted to feel really good and get into a rhythm, so not be too strict on my time. But I was always quite sure that I will run under the time, but of course it was then whether I will win. More sort of getting the race win was of course the first goal, way over thinking about the record time.
Thanks very much. Alexandra, we've got a translator, Constantine, who's going to be just translating for us. Tell us about your race. Tell us how it went for you today, and were you on track? You seem to be closing the gap on Gerda, as she said, towards the end.
Сегодня у меня было очень хорошее самочувствие, и действительно это моя лучшая форма, в которой я подошла к Comrades-марафону, к моему 7-му Comrades-марафону.
Today I had a really good feeling, and I think that it was the best shape for Comrades that I ever had.
До 30-го километра я смогла пробежать с Гердой, и мне в какой-то момент даже показалось, что я могу и дальше так бежать.
Till the 30th kilometer, I keep the pace with Gerda, and at the same point, I almost think that I can keep with her to the end of the race, but
Но, видимо, Герда просто разминалась, и после 30-го километра темп возрос, и я поняла, что мне быстровато, и еще вспомнила о том, что все, кто начинает с Герды, они плохо заканчивают.
But after the 30th kilometer, it became clear that it was just warm-up for Gerda, and I also remembered that everyone who tried to keep with Gerda at the beginning of the race, they almost always had a bad finish. This was in my mind.
И я решила все-таки отпустить Герду и вести свою гонку.
So I decided to let Gerda run her race and to play my game.
После 50-го километра случилась непредвиденная ситуация. У меня случился сильный спазм икроножной мышцы. То есть это была прямо острая боль, которая не давала мне бежать. Мне пришлось 3 раза остановиться, чтобы потянуться, размяться.
After 50 kilometers, I had a big problem. I had a cramp in my hamstring, in my hamstring, and I made 3 stops to stretch it. So I think that it was a good decision not to try to stay with Gerda.
И последние 40 километров мне пришлось бежать с болью, но я даже в какой-то момент подумала, что сейчас я потеряю 2-ю позицию, но потом все-таки собралась и дотерпела до финиша, и я очень рада, потому что эта гонка могла бы закончиться для меня гораздо раньше, чем финиш.
Last 40 kilometers I ran with hard pain, and I'm really glad that I hold my 2nd place, because at the one point of time I thought that the race for me is almost over and it can be very bad.
В какой-то момент я обернулась и увидела, что Доминика меня догоняет, и я уже только думала о том, чтобы сохранить 2-ю позицию. Я считаю, что я правильно сделала, когда выбрала свой темп и работать над своей целью.
At one point of race, I saw how Dominika started to close the gap, and I was really afraid that she will catch me. So yeah, it was a really good decision not to keep push the pace with Gerda.
Это мое лучшее время на Comrades-марафоне, мой лучший темп. Я очень рада, что разменяла наконец 5 часов. Я довольна результатом и исходом гонки. Как обычно, я сделала максимум из того, что было возможно сегодня.
This is my best result at Comrades. This is my best pace, and I'm really glad how I finished. So yeah, as usual, I made everything I can. So yeah, but we live in Gerda's world.
Okay, Shalmith, thanks very much, Konstantin. Shalmith Maruki, third place in 6:07:56. Fantastic result for you. Just tell us how your race went today, and just speak into the microphone there, very close to the microphone.
Okay. Being my first Comrade, I have never done Comrade Marathon again. This is my first Comrade. I would like to say that it is through God's grace, because I almost gave up at 50. I almost gave up at 50, and because my legs were paining, my fingers had blisters, I had knee injury. It is just God. I lack words. Just God. Otherwise, the race was good. It was amazing. And anyway, it is God. Yeah. That is just how I can say the race was God. Otherwise, for South Africa, thank you very much for inviting me, and for the club, having faith that I can make it. I'm done.
No, I think other journalists can confirm this. I think you're the first Kenyan in the top 10. Am I right? Yeah. So the first Kenyan to get into the top 10 at Comrades. Was that one of the goals, to represent Kenya and to get a gold medal?
Yes.
Short and sweet. Okay, last question, and then we'll open the floor to a couple of questions. Gerda, just describe what it's like to come down that finishing line at Comrades Marathon, because obviously you've done it, come fifth win for you today, but it never seems, from the look on your face, never seems to get old.
Absolutely not. It never gets old. I think it gets better every year. That feeling, you feel like you are not inside your own body. You feel like you look down on yourself doing it, and it takes time for that really to sink in and to realize what happened. So many things have to go correct in the lead up in your life, I guess, to get to a point where you're in the finishing straight, just about to win the Comrades. It takes so many pieces of the puzzle for that to happen, and that moment is short, but it is so meaningful and so impactful. And with that, I always just try to try and share it a little bit, because that moment is so big. You can't in one body experience it all and hold it for yourself. So I try to share it a little bit. I try to show my appreciation to the crowds, to the support, but in a way, it's a moment that it changes me a little bit, and I have no doubt that I will forever remember that feeling.
Thanks, Gerda. Okay, any questions? Right, in front here.
Hi, Gerda, and congratulations. You spoke in the build-up to the race. Sorry. You spoke in the...
I think it's on. They're just going to switch you on over there.
Hello? Hello? I think everyone can hear, right?
Yeah.
You spoke in the link about legacy, and I just want to know from your side how important 3 in a row is to contributing towards that overall legacy that you want to establish, and how much the hunger still exists at 35, I think it is, and I don't know marathon running ages too well, and I was asking some people earlier, but how much the hunger still exists to build on 3 in a row and just keep going over the next few years as well.
Yeah, I think I probably stand on the shoulders of so many people before me who's come to the Comrades and proven themselves to have a legacy, proven themselves to have done it year after year. And for me, it's really inspirational to see that. Every year is in a way different. You never know what's going to happen in your lead up. You never know what's going to happen on the day. It's never a certainty. But to establish yourself as something other than a one-hit wonder is very, very important. I think for young people looking for someone, searching for someone to look up to, it's very, very important to show that this is a way of, it's a career, it's a lifestyle, it's not something that you just experience and then you disappear. So it is very important for me to establish that legacy, and like I say, to know that people before me have done it before gives me confidence that I am on the right path and this is actually possible. But that hunger inside of me, honestly, I know already this is Comrades today. From tomorrow onwards, there will not be a day. I don't know. There will be hours probably when I'm sleeping, but there's very few hours in a day that I don't think about the Comrades 2026. It is so under my skin, and it's something that I am so passionate about, and feel so honoured and privileged to get to be a part of this. So the hunger inside of me is bigger than ever, and I'll do it for as long as my body allows me to.
Okay, thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, and well done till top three. Thank you. You coming up? Okay, the men are going to come up. I think we've got 4 men that are going to come up. Is that right? Let's go. Let's go far.
Siyakushiya lapha with the men, ne? Oh, okay. I can have a camera because she has this camera for me. My friend. One is
Real champion.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Speak close to the mic.
I feel, my feeling is that indeed I'm a down-run real champion.
Yes.
Tell us about your day today, about how it went out there. There was a lot of things happening, even from Hillcrest and going through Kloof. You were surging, and you looked like the strongest runner there the whole way. How were you feeling during the race?
Yeah, I came prepared, and in the morning I said I will everyone. So meaning I will check who's leading. I will never underestimate my mates. So during the race we were communicating with the captain, and we had a race plan. Later on she you told me that is not right, and I know that Pete now is the time to work hard. Then I make sure that I put some searches.
So the last 2 kilometers was very similar to when you last won the downward. Pete right close behind you. Did you know that he was very close?
Yeah, I saw.
And how were you worried he was going to catch you, or did you feel like you were in control?
No, because the last 10 kilometers I saw he was closing, and then I accelerated a little bit, then the gap opened.
Okay, Pete, tell us about your race today. Again, so close to winning, and so close behind Tete yet again.
Yeah, I mean, there's clearly a parallel there. I think the main difference now is that I felt like I was definitely in the best shape of my life. Also better than last year, like throughout my training. But I just had a lesser day this time. You know, like 2 days ago, or two years ago, I had a good day, and I feel like I really got the maximum out of that. And now I got the maximum out of the day, but not out of my shape. I was struggling with some. I think I got some food poisoning 2 days ago because I was, just having very bad stomach issues for about 2 nights. And it kind of went away this morning, so I knew I was ready. You know, at least to race. But yeah, at some point I felt during the race, you know, was just not 100% today, like the legs and the body, and at the same time, you know, like you see that Tete has so much control, it seems, over the race. He was looking so relaxed and fast, so he's definitely the best runner today.
When he was so close and you could see him in the last 2 kilometers, did you feel you just couldn't get the speed to try and catch him?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I was having a lot of discomforts. I would say over those last kilometers. You know, like I still pushed, and you know, like sometimes I was closing, and sometimes, you know, like Tete was gaining some distance, and it was. I feel like it was very equal, but he already had, you know, like some of the distance.
like I said, he just looked in control. So I feel like maybe if it closed more, he would have tried to open up a gap again. So I mean, he was just a bit better today. Yeah.
I was going to ask Konstantin to come and chat to our third place finish, Nikolai Volkov. Nikolai came through quite well towards the end. Just describe his race for us and how it went for him today.
Добрый день, прежде всего. Забег прошел следующим образом. Первую часть дистанции бежал по самочувствию, не ориентировался на группу, хотя многие говорили о том, что придерживаться нужно Пита и держаться в группе рядом с ним. Но я так не стал поступать, и я побежал, как мне бежал.
First of all, I want to say hello everyone. Today's race came according to my plan. The first half I want to run just cooperating with my feeling, and instead everyone told me that I need to go with speed, but I decided not to do it, and it is what it is. So first part of the race was based only on my feelings.
Потом в какой-то момент меня прошили 15 человек. Я подумал, что все. Но при этом я за ними не побежал. Я придерживался своего плана бежать по самочувствию. И в итоге получилось, что собрал вот эти 12 человек. И не знаю, что было там впереди, но, может быть, если дистанция была бы еще длиннее, может быть, получилось бы бежать место повыше.
At one point of time, I was outraced by the big group of 15 people, and I decided that I don't want to go with them, so I was still trying to cooperate with my feelings, and as you can see at the last... And at the last 20 kilometers, I can catch 12 guys from this group. So that's it.
Can you just ask him a little bit of details about himself? How old is he and whereabouts does he come from? How old is he and whereabouts does he live? Where does he train and live?
Мне через месяц 40 уже стукнет лет. Живу я в городе Санкт-Петербурге и тренируюсь тоже там. Иногда уезжаю в Среднегорье, в Кисловодск. Это так называемая Мекка бегунов в России.
In July, I will be 40 years old. I live in St. Petersburg and train also in St. Petersburg, and sometimes I have a training camp in Kislovodsk. Kislovodsk is not even middle height. It's like 800 meters above the sea level, but it's most popular place for training camps in Russia.
Okay, Edward, the reason why I invited you here, because when you were going down Fields Hill, you had 5 champions in the chase group of 6. And I'm interested to hear your story of the race and how you saw it happening around you, and of course with your experience and your very good friend with you. Maybe you can tell us a bit about the day, how you saw it from your perspective.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. Yeah, it's amazing. When I look at the race while we were in there, you could see that it was very, very tight. When we reached 60 kilometers, around 60-something kilometers, just around 25 kilometers, I started getting some problems. I could feel that each and every time I keep on cramping, and then I need to take water each and every time. There was a stage where I was behind pack, and then they have to wait for me to ask me, brother, what's wrong? I said, Ishmael, I keep on cramping, and this is not a good sign. So I think you might just go for now. I will catch up. Then I did catch up, and then the second time it was me and Tete. So now each and every time when we run, myself and Tete, we always have a strategy how to run the race. And today we were supposed to go together, and if we did went together, no one was gonna catch us. So at the end of the day, I could see that now I'm going to hold Tete back. So we went together, and then I told him, Tete, that thing is coming again. Now is the time. But before we do that, we have to execute the plan first. So what we did is we push and we go, and then I tell Tete, we can go. That's what we did, and it worked for us. And I knew the guys are very strong. I knew that Pete is gonna come back as well. Unfortunately, I faded the last 5 kilometers with my cramps and stuff. So I will try again my luck for podium next year.
That's great perspective. Okay, we've got a couple of time for a bit of questions. Let's just do one here.
Thank
Second bets are going to do cut off. Turn the camera around. Two batches going. 3 to 1. Next one finished. 7 hours part. 14 minutes and 45 seconds. And we've got the cut off. Under 7 hours and we have problems with the gun. A few seconds. Oh no! What is right? The cut-off gun did not go off. Houston, we have a problem. What a music. These things have been tried and tested. Obviously not. That was a bit of a waste. Let's see how empty this country is. There's not as many people. Get a good shot. All these Hollywood men, I'll tell you, when I do make my
I found the working with toilets.
Sorry?
I found the toilets.
How did you go to that? Okay.
This one.
Was it bad? Was that one? Did you go to that one?
I didn't. I won't be able to.
I don't like going to public toilets because people are always so messy. And you think, what do they live like? Especially men. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. Hey, when I was young, if we got it on the seat, we got a hiding. Yeah, so.
I was wondering if I was sending.
Yeah, we got it.
So
Now, is that or what? One of those things. No, thanks for the info. No, that's great. Yeah, I'm headed across. Oh, in the silver. Oh, okay. I guess they gave up on the gun as well. Yeah. We almost needed to have you almost needed surprise! What's the fun? How can see the whole truck? But it's in our truck. That's what David did. One guy that came running in.
People with the white shirts, they're telling them to go this way and that way, but they do it just after the line. So you don't think the guys are already crossing the line. Why don't they do it now? So that's what keeps on motion things as best.
What's it look like on the back? There's so many people standing around that it makes it hard to get the It's that flag. Where that flag is one of the twins, or? No, I think they were shorter and more stocky. Yeah. I couldn't recognize the flag. That flags.
Where are the vintage?
They're gonna try a gun again. Oh, that's a 7-hour cut. Oh, the silver cut off for the next one. Do you think it's gonna go up? Yeah, that one's done. It's a 7-hour cut off for that group. Now that is not 7 hours. The silver medal and she was early with it as well. 2 minutes early. Seconds. Well, anyway, what's a minute? What is And then she starts singing, I shot the sheriff. Did not shoot the deputy. 6 of my body on the teeth. But I swear it wasn't something.
Officer! Officer! That's APS! That's APS! Get it, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Very good. Lots of fun.
Thank you.
So, if I run it next year, is that what I'm going to look like? I hope so, because I'm 64 and I'd be 65 then, so. What's up? Oh, thanks, Go off and off, yeah. One has drugs in it. She's looking fresh. She's sweating. Some people are like so wet. He's 60 years old. Where's he going? Where's he going?
Maybe you took left. It's not a call.
Each 50.
I'll never touch a waist like
Come back. I don't want to.
Thank you. It's 7 minutes to go for the full World Cup of group number 4.5 minutes to go. Pilots, Comrades in arms. What's up, boys?
What is that?
You are 300 meters off the road. You don't have to move the table. The tempo guards in it. Minutes to go. You have to move and move now.
It's a little
Absolutely amazing. This is all the visions of the sport and looking good. Right on. Let's go,
doing whatever you're doing there.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Should I start?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I am absolutely fine. Really glad that I have completed and got the Belrowan medal. Completed this epic race in sub 9. So I am really happy. I am so proud today. Being an Indian, my tricolor is flying like just anything. It's a pride moment for us Indians.
Super well done. Is this your first one in South Africa?
Yeah, it's my first run, and what a race, what a emotions. Really, that is just the ultimate race, ultimate human race, and I'm really happy that I'm representing my country, CAPF, Central Armed Police Forces of India. So it's a glad moment for me.
Okay. Are we gonna see you in the 100th Comrade?
Yeah, sorry?
Are we gonna see you in 2027, the 100th Comrade?
Yeah, I will definitely try to come, and with national flag of India, I will again come here.
Thank you so much, and congratulations on your sub 9.
Nice talking to you. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Stop.
2 minutes to go. It's 2 minutes and 4 more.
This is just for the 9 hours cut off. I don't know what the time is. I mean, but it's like 9 hours and then it's a cut off and it's a different. I think
Where can we charge?
Okay, where can you charge? Do you have a power? But you don't have a plug supply for it. Maybe into there. Very carefully. Very carefully.
60 seconds to go.
It's gonna get
I don't know what this is. This is for 9 hours. It's a 9-hour cutoff.
It's one moment.
And then it goes to what? Another medal? Oh, the bronze. This is all silver.
Is it possible to be?
Stroke? Like heat stroke. I guess someone would have a heat stroke. Yes, I could. Maybe heat stroke, I mean, but not like a stroke. I mean, but anybody who has a stroke is no stress. Never thought about Rush! Rush! Well done, girl! Rush, you gotta take a photo! Hold on! Wait. Well done! Yeah. I didn't expect to see her coming. No, but probably I wanted to see where it's going. And that's why it was shut off. That's what's filled up. So then I just cut everything off and deleted it. I don't know. I'm sure these guys can get the phones up again. I don't know. I'm sure they have phones. You can break it properly. I don't know about you. Ja, actually I have somebody up this phone. It's kind of like you can if you also double checks. I can fixes it up. That's such a pain.
Io le adesso e ne petti a kshago dai I was on the east, and one lady, someone I was sitting on this. I was just trying to take a look. Yeah, I was these other girls have been able to push themselves
Well done, Baba. Well done. Eh? I'm saying well done for finishing. Okay, I got Hello? Yes? Alright, and you?
Georgia. From Drummond.
Yeah.
2000 really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pickpocketed me there.
Really?
But I recovered second half, it's fine.
But I mean sub 10. Is it sub 10 or do you call it sub 9?
10.
Ah, this is amazing. Yeah.
Which is fine, but that's not what we prepared for.
What did you prepare for?
I prepared for 840.
For?
840.
840.
Yeah, but I will go back and I know what I need to do.
Yes, yes.
Because I started running with anger.
Yeah.
And I got to cowies.
Yes.
If you look at my page on cowies, I found it under 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Guys were looking at me like, who is this? But yeah, we're here now. Final is over. Go back and prepare.
But well done. I think this is good. This is amazing.
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll keep watching the channel as usual.
Yes, thank you for that. No.
I wish the channel grows.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you and well done. Well done. You look amazing. You are a runner again. Well done, Sisi. Well done. We celebrate you. We celebrate you. Easy, Valentole. Hotness overload. No, no, it's one on road. I don't know what I can I wish I can see the people I saw throughout the years, my car is well done, man. Well done. Yes, my God. Yes, my God. Yes. Super well done. done. I believe you, baby. Next, look in the movie. You want to tell us again?
Enjoy all the 47 water sports that we have to share out for you out of the course.
Who's the man now, eh?
You're the man.
Just came through now for group 2. Led by none other than
Yes. Well done, sir. Well done. Look at Pee-wee. Well done, girl. 10 hours, girl. Well done. 70 days.
Just to be a Yo! Hi guys.
Come this side, India. Come this side.
For the first time.
Where's the camera?
Yeah! My God.
Which one is although it's painful, you have to smile. Keep smiling.
You are beautiful. Even if you're not smiling, you're gorgeous.
Thank you, baby.
I'm so happy.
Let's try and do this.
You want to be on the podcast? Where's the camera?
So we've got next 130 seconds to go for the world champion for group 2.
Check his cats, go to see a Bella in live.
That is what you announced with us. Guys, started at 6 a.m. this morning.
Yes, mama.
Thank you, baby. Yo!
Hi, well, you can go for another
Anyway,
fight.
we're finished.
I'm feeling excited.
You feeling excited?
Yeah. The most important thing is to finish.
To finish?
Yes.
But you finished with sub 10, which is amazing.
Just about a second is not a problem.
Just about a
What
second.
I need is a medal.
Yes. Okay, and then comrade number?
8.
Number 8.
Yes.
So when we're doing 100th, you'll be doing your 10th. You'll
Yes.
be getting your green number.
Yes.
Amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
How are you doing, sir?
Good, eh?
How are you feeling after having a sub 10?
Oh, excellent. It was my plan B. So I had a plan A, which I had to drop. And happy to execute my plan B. Very happy today.
What was plan A?
Plan A was a sub 9, 8 hour 52. I had some problems at halfway.
Yeah.
And I had to adjust my strategy and go for the plan B, which is the sub 10. So very happy.
Okay. So all the way from Australia, why Comrades?
Oh, I have to do it. I was born in Mpangeni and raised in South Africa.
Okay.
And it's something I've always wanted to do. It's my first one. You can see it's the first medal.
Okay.
And I'll come back next year and beat this time on the up. That'll be my plan.
Okay. Congratulations. I still think you did very well.
Thank you very much.
Superman is the last one. That's about your content.
10:15.
Well done to you, David Peterson. Nice work. Well done. There's the front stands running together. Don't be like honey. Well done. 27% are doing their very first Comrades marathon. If you win the first Comrades marathon, well done. What a massive achievement. Look, absolutely. You and your wife fought in that cup. Congratulations. This is your first one. I was going to say, you just finished your first one. We get one shot today. And remember, Bruce will always say, if you run one, that's only half of it done. You want to run both directions. Talk about the pressure. Mishak, you've done it. Bule, well done. That is a Robert Steyn. There you've seen it. Masa Siwa, keep it. amongst all of our Nippon brothers looking so clean. Is it just for that one? Just for that
I like
Yes! Well done, Gayton! How are you doing?
Fine, very well.
So all the way from Switzerland?
Yes, all the way from Switzerland for the 8th time.
For the 8th time?
Yes.
Why Comrades, sir?
Sorry?
Why Comrades?
By Comrades, because it's the beautiful race on the world.
Amazing. So are you going to do the green number, the 10th one in 100?
I hope so.
I wish you do. All the best and well done.
Thank you.
Well done, India.
Thank you. We love you, my friend. And we love you.
Killing.
5 minutes to go. 5 seconds.
Seconds?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. You've got shots around, you can see. Any person that takes on Comrades, whether they finish or not, the training has been amazing, and you deserve all the best. We have a very special runner on the way now.
How would you smile? You did. Thank you. Well done.
Started at 5:45 this morning. 25 minutes to go. Arnie's getting
That's why I finished at the weather was good. That's why I finished
I'll tell you what, step by step, how do you finish it properly? One step at a time. There you Well done, right side.
India itwile ka moka she. Country ka mo. Mene ba 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 sa boela mora kwa tlo di shisa kana. Oh, baby roto di tete ko ba re lo bereka ke mala. O le bereka ke mala? But he made it. Oh, from China. Guys, how did you do China? I'm waiting for my husband, please, I beg.
Okay, this man of the yes.
For my husband,
please promise me you.
I'm gonna go that side. I'll find with your husband.
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to Germany is on second woman and the ladies 70 plus getting a bench and a big round of applause. 70 plus years old, come on, make some noise. 70 plus years old, absolutely rocking, very rich, we want to see. That really was amazing. 10 hours and 30 minutes. Very bad. Congratulations to you. Stranded. South American travelers on the way with Jimmy Sunny. She got that. Sexy body on Tete Dijana. And actually got from Boston Degrees. Actually, I would expect so when you get to this point, you go out here, you go and go beyond.
Hey, hey!
Say, boys.
Podcast to this time. China. That's very emotional. That really was
Nothing. About to fight you for me stepping on you.
Gerda Steyn, Tete Dijana, congratulations.
I saw you very emotional there. Yeah. No, I'm elated. I'm so grateful that I finished and in my allotted time. So for me, that's enough. And you look amazing. You look amazing. Well done. Well done.
Can you please put it on him?
one. So you're a double green number. Your last one. So no more punishment. No, super well done. Let's just show. You've done 19 punishments. Super well done, sir.
That's the thing. That's not speaking too fast. That's the thing. What's it? The dialect it brings to the Portuguese.
Look who finished! Look who finished! Super well done. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of this man.
He pulled you.
This man saved me.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm very grateful that I made it. I mean, it's after 7 years. I had a 7-year hiatus.
Yeah.
So this was my first since 2018.
Yeah.
So it was tough, but I am so happy with my progress.
You look amazing for somebody who just did the whole day in the road.
I know. I'm very happy. I didn't expect to get in at 11:50.
Yes. And you're still working properly.
The shoes.
Oh, let's go.
What? Yeah? I've seen it once. Comrades. Whoa! Okay, I'm going to do that film. I don't know if those It's 82, yeah?
Yes.
No, there. And then back to
I'm good.
You happy that you finished?
Yes.
Yeah. Even if it's not the stipulated time, but you still finished. I'm saying super well done for finishing this one. And are you coming back next year?
But my sister, very, I have challenges. My challenges are no pilot. Yeah, so it's a big challenge.
It's a big challenge,
Now maybe I can try to run in maybe 21, anything.
Yes. To keep fit, ne? Okay. No, but we still say well done for finishing this year. You practiced and you finished. And I believe it was a tough one for a lot of people. Was it a tough one for you too?
My challenge is I don't have an assistant.
Okay, that's the biggest challenge. Okay. Abuti, thank you for piloting him up to this far.
Okay.
And we say, how was Comrade for you this year?
This year it was very tough.
Yeah.
I was cramping a lot.
Yeah.
After 80 kilometers.
Yes.
So I spent a lot of time trying to sort my legs out.
Yes.
But otherwise, we're done. We'll try again some other time.
Prova muito dura, mas conseguimos vencer. Corra de 2025. Beijo, valeu, tchau.
I didn't hear what you said, but I like it.
Don't speak English.